we have Victor Altamirano versus Felipe dos Santos. Victor's 12-3. He is 3-2 in his last 5. Coming off that decision, lost to Tim Elliott. Dos Santos 7-1, 4-1-1 his last 5. Coming off that decision, lost to Manuel. Odds for this fight: Dos Santos minus 290. Open up at a minus 250. Alex, what are your thoughts here on Dos Santos and Altamirano?
Yeah, so man, I'm really considering a 10 unit gigabomb on Felipe dos Santos. Uh, I think I think in his last fight against Manel Kape really showed me that this guy is the real deal, in my opinion, especially because I do rate Manel Kape very highly. First, looking at Alto Moreno, I think he has a very similar fighting style to Murad in that he'll just spam takedowns to get the opponent off balance. But obviously, he's not at the level of Murad in terms of skill. Um, in my eyes, Alto Moreno has a very unpolished fighting style. Feel like he does gas a little bit towards the second and third rounds. But what made me feel really strongly about Felipe dos Santos was Alto Moreno's fight against Daniel Lacerda. I think Lacerda and Felipe dos Santos have very similar fighting styles, except Dos Santos is just way more durable and has much better cardio. And so in that fight against Alto Moreno, Daniel Lacerda had him hurt very badly in round 1. It almost looked like Lacerda was just going to, finish him in that round. But to Alto Moreno's credit, he's also very durable himself, and Lacerda is a very flaky fighter. So Alto Moreno got it done, but I think Felipe dos Santos is going to present a lot of challenges for Altamirano.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I see this fight going a little bit different than you. I think that Victor, he is a well-rounded fighter, not dangerous though, likes to strike, good at mixing in his kicks and punches. I think that in his one of his previous fights, he actually shot for like 16 takedowns, landed like 2 of them, so he is able to spam takedowns at times. Now he does leave himself to being hit, 53% striking defense, so he can't get hit. I think that Victor, to me at least, he does have good cardio, good training as well in Mexico City for the last 10 days. Dos Santos, shootbox style fighter, likes to finish on the feet and the ground. I think that he can be a bit wild in his shots, which leads them having less than stellar 38% striking defense. However, he does show good chin and durability, especially in that last loss to Manuel. Was knocked down and continued to outland and outstrike Kape in terms of volume. The grappling wise, he prefers to go for the submissions, but he does lack that control time. So mainly he's a more of a stand-up fighter. He arrived in Mexico City at February 17th, and it's really been unknown if he's been training altitude to prepare. So that's an unknown factor there. I think that this fight will be an all-action fight, high volume, but I do think that the fight will go to decision based on the durability of both fighters. I'm going to lean towards Victor edging out a close decision based on his UFC experience. Pick here is Victor by decision, but I don't like him enough to actually play him at those dog odds. However, I could see the over 2.5 as a potential parlay piece. And right now, the odds for that are minus 245. So opened up at a minus 185. Now it's minus 245. So I can see that as a potential parlay piece for me.